Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making the Noscean Toast from the Final Fantasy XIV online cookbook. This recipe came highly requested by a few of the cat boys, so I thought we would go ahead and dive straight into it, starting with 1 loaf of walnut bread, 5 eggs, a half of a cup of coconut milk, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of an amaretto liqueur, 2 tablespoons of maple cream, 1/4 of a cup of sugar, a pinch of salt, and some butter to fry our French toast in. Now, the walnut bread and the maple cream, I will link the video where I made those down in the description. You'll want to make your bread a day or two in advance, and again, let it, slice it, let it sit out on the counter overnight just to kind of harden up and stale. It makes for a better French toast in the end. So to get started, the first thing we need to do is add our eggs into a casserole dish or just something with a wide bottom that we can lay our toast down in and allow it to submerge. Once you get your eggs into your container, go ahead and pop those yolks and lightly beat these. The next thing I'm going to add in is the maple cream. It may take a little bit of gentle encouragement to get that maple cream to whisk in, but eventually it will give up the fight and go ahead and fully incorporate into our eggs. Once we get that in, I'm going to go ahead and add in my amaretto and my vanilla extract, my salt, and my sugar. And we'll go ahead and whisk this until it's completely combined. And the last things to go in are going to be our coconut milk and the heavy cream. And we'll go ahead and get this whisked up and then move over to the stove and we'll start cooking our toast. So now that we're over at my stove, I've gone ahead and thrown a few pats of the butter in. And all we're going to do is submerge our bread for about 30 seconds. You want to make sure you get a good 30 seconds on each side. And then once you've submerged it, go ahead and pick it up, let the excess drain off, and then we're going to put it straight into the pan on top of one of those little butter pats. Now all we need to do is cook our toast for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, just until it turns a nice light golden brown color. And I've got my heat set on medium. After about 4 to 5 minutes, your toast should look like that, which is perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and continue cooking these on both sides, and once they're done, we'll give it a try and see what we think about it. I've got the Noscean Toast all plated up, so all we have to do is go ahead and try it. I did garnish it with just a little bit of maple syrup, as well as a little heavy cream and some extra walnuts that I had laying around. So let's get in here and get our first bite and see what we think about this. I have got to say, this is probably some of the best French toast I've ever had. Totally worth the long process to get that loaf of walnut bread made yesterday. I'm really glad that these are the first 2 recipes I've attempted from the Final Fantasy XIV cookbook. All the flavors in it are fairly subtle, but they play well off of each other. There's no one dominating flavor. I was kind of afraid that the amaretto might be a little bit strong, but by the time it's cooked off and kind of mellowed out, it pairs perfectly with the bread itself. Yeah, overall, I highly recommend you give this dish a try. But that is going to be it for me for the day. If you would like to be a part of the Gamers and Geeks playlist, leave me a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to tell you how you can get on that list. Speaking of the playlist, be sure to check out the link I'll leave down in the description. That way you can check out all the 350 plus videos that we have on the list, contributed by our friends in YouTube family. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys try this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Vault Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.